Good afternoon, grade 10 Hope. Our topic is about preparing meat for cooking and kinds of knives. So the learning targets are I can identify the retail cuts of beef and pork, and I can identify the kinds of knives and their functions. The piece value is competence. Knowledge and understanding of meat and meat cookery is basic to the development of skill in preparing meat recipes. So when we say meat, it is prepared and cooked in different ways. People from different countries cook meat in their own unique ways, paving the way for a variety of meat dishes enjoyed worldwide. Are you familiar with the processes done in preparing meat for cooking? Do you know the kinds of knives used in their preparation? In this LES, we'll teach you the processes done and the knives used in preparation. There are certain procedures that are done to prepare meat and meat products for cooking. These are done to enhance the add flavor and add moisture and or tenderize the meat. So here are some processes done to prepare meat for cooking. First is the wet marinating. So when you say wet marinating, it is a process of soaking meat and other food items in a liquid called marinade for a few minutes or days before cooking. So this is done to enhance the flavor and moisture of the meat as well as making it more tender. As you can see in the picture, that is a wet marinating. So the meat marinades are made with acidic ingredients like lemon juice or vinegar, which serves to tenderize the surface proteins of meat. And other ingredients may include oil, herbs, and spices. Another type of processes is dry marinating. When we say dry marinating, it is done instead of soaking in liquid. A mixture of herbs and spices are applied on the surface of the meat to enhance its flavor and make it more tender. So the dry marinating is known as dry rubbing. The meat can also be scored so that the herbs or the spices will penetrate the meat. So as you can see in the picture, that is a dry marinating. Another type of processes is jacquarding. When we say jacquarding, it is a process in which meat is pierced and needles attached to a roller or a stamp-like device in order to make it tender. So in the picture, that is jacquarding. Sometimes the needle inject in the solution into the meat which tenderizes and enhances the flavor of the meat. So that is a jacquarding. Another type of a processes is barding. When we say barding, it is a process in which less tender cuts of meat are covered with thinly sliced bacon or the pork back fat and secured with a butcher's twine. So on the picture, that is barding. As the meat in the oven, the fat melts and bastes the meat to add the moisture and flavor. So that is a larding. Another type of a process is larding. When you say larding, it is a process in which small strips of pork fat are inserted into the meat using a tool called larding needle. So the meat is then cooked by braising, enhancing its moisture and flavor. So that is larding. So those are types of processes. So here, these are the four kinds of doneness in meat. Some meat cuts like steaks and chops are cooked at varying degrees of doneness, which are as follows. So on the top of the picture, this is a rare type of doneness in meat. So the rare is a brown surface. This layer of cooked meat is cooked at 52 degrees centigrade or 125 degrees Fahrenheit with red interior is very soft with jelly-like texture. So that is a rare type of doneness in meat. Another type of doneness in meat is a medium rare. So this is a thick layer of a cooked meat, red interior, cooked at 57 degrees centigrade or 135 degrees Fahrenheit. When pressed with a finger, meat feels like springy and resistant. So another type of doneness in meat is a medium. So when we say medium, when pressed with a finger, meat feels firm and there is a definite resistance. It is cooked from 68 degrees centigrade or 155 degrees Fahrenheit. Another type of doneness in meat is a well done. So when say well done, it is cooked throughout with grayish color and pink interior. So the meat feels hard or rough when pressed with a finger. Again, so these are the four kinds of doneness: the rare, the medium, and the well done. So let's go with the types of knives. So this is the chef's knives. A chef's knife is used for a multitasker for chopping, dicing, and slicing. Another type of a knife is a paring knife. So the use of paring knife is to peel or peeling and deseeding. Okay. Another type of a knife is utility knife. When you say utility knife, it tackles the task too big for a paring knife and too small for a chef's knives. Another type of knife is a bread knife. So bread knife is used, of course, for slicing the bread. Another type of knife is a steak knife. Effortless eating of steak and meat dishes. So this is the steak knife. Another type of knife is a fillet knife. The use of a fillet knife is to filleting the meat and fish. Another type of knife is a boning knife. It is used to remove the bone from the meat. Another types of knife is carving knife. So the use of carving knife to carve the slices of or carving slices of meat. Another type of knife is a cleaver. When you say cleaver, forcibly cutting through joints and bones. So another type of knife is santuko knife, used for chopping, slicing, and dicing. So those are types of knives. So another types of knives is a French knife or the chef's knife is used for general purposes like chopping, slicing, and dicing. And also utility knife is used for carving roasted chicken and duck. Another type of knife, boning knife, is used to separate meat from bone and filleting fish and cutting up meat. Another type of knife is butcher knife. It is used for cutting, sectioning, and trimming raw meats. So another type is a scimitar or a steak knife. It is used for accurate cutting of steaks. And lastly, a cleaver. It is used for cutting through bone. So those are types of knives.